You're on.
Hello, my name is Joshua Masters. I'm the owner of Masters Fencing. I'm going to take you for a final walkthrough of a board-on-board, Alta style, 3/4 thick, uh, pressure dip spruce picket. As you see, our fences are completely private, 6 feet tall. Each picket is 5.5 inches wide. We install the inside or underlying picket, leaving 3.5 inch space. So it overhangs an inch on each side. What that affects, over time, lumber can lose its moisture and shrink up to 1/4 of its density size. This guarantees that the fence will always remain completely private. The outside here, we install what's called following the flow of the property. Every individual picket is hand nailed in with coil-lated pneumatic nail guns, ring shank, so they hold like a screw does. Got a nice corner here, made it crisp. Following the flow of the property down through here, as you see how the path goes up some, as the fence does, stayed about 1/2 inch to 1 inch off. My customer also had an issue with his dogs and seeing activity on the other side of the fence, so he asked for a border, and so we installed on the bottom there, if you can get a shot of the Alta Picket trim boards, and so it actually just looks like trim, but it helps to reinforce for security purposes. Follow the flow of the property all the way down. The line was about 89 feet, I believe. We'll walk on back towards the other side and take you to see the 10-foot double drive. Warm today, isn't it?
It's perfect.
It is. I'd say about 60, 65 degrees is perfect fencing weather. If it can say that all year round, I'll give you.
I got about 100.
Right? Coming over here to the 10-foot double drive. You come in a little bit closer, buddy. Coming on over here to the 10-foot double drive here. I've built a lot of double drives in my life. I specifically install here in Camden County as well. This double drive takes the cake. It's really nice. I'm pleased with the results. Here, of course, butted up to the neighbor's fence post here. So I installed a fence post about right here and extended the rail, which I'll show you the framework and the details inside. But I don't toenail, tie into, or nail into the neighbor's fence in any type of way. Your fence is your fence, their fence is their fence, so it's completely separate. And so there's never any issues. Guaranteed to stay within at least 3 to 6 inches of your property line, so it's not to infringe. This guarantees that the 1.5 inch rail and then the 3/4 or 5/8 thick picket does not overhang. So you'll be within that property boundary and that property line. We'll run a string line from front property pin to back property pin. Start on this corner here, so came into the house there, kept the post about a foot off and extended the rail past. The gates here, we wrapped the post, there's a 4x6 in behind, which we'll show. Inset, they're going to swing in. Got 2 really nice heavy-duty handles here. Got lag bolts here at each one. To open it, it's really simple to operate. Just pop down, comes right open. There we go. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy boy. Who are you? Coming on back through here. A double drive here. And to close it, I also have access handles here on the inside. Always give it a good slam, make sure that it stays nice and firm. Here, if we get a close-up of the post first, Tony. The post here, we use a 4x6x12, and it goes at least about 4 feet in the ground. I use about 70 to 80 pounds of quick-set concrete. Set the post a little bit off of level, towards the house or opposite way of swing. This affects saggage. This guarantees that it won't sag over time. 99% of the time, whenever your gate won't open and the bottom's hitting right here, is because this post is doing this number. And so you've got to have a firm foundation for your gates, especially because we make our gates to look like the existing fence. There's a lot of weight on them. They're heavy, big heavy gates, sturdy, but they don't operate that way. This one I actually constructed out using corner braces with lag bolts. They're about 3 inches into each corner to hold the frame and structure together. Used a middle brace here to fit tight, and then I also toenailed 3.5-inch screws, 4 at each point of contact. The hinge here wraps around the entire frame in the front, and it's screwed in here at the top as well. Here, there's only 3 screws here in it, but they're about 4 inches long, each one. So one of them on each would actually hold the entire thing. I've also got another hinge down here, of course. Let's see here. This gate is over this way. The latch here, to lock it, it's really simple. You can just put a bolt here, a padlock, whatever you prefer. These 2 holes right here match up. To open it, it's real simple. Just lift it up, and a breaker bar will come right out. And shut it. Pops right up. Let's see here, coming down through here, I install also drop rods. I usually only put 1 for a double drive, but I did decide to upgrade this customer. So I made them to match a line. I also cut an extension piece right here to extend to the bottom of the picket. This allows me to move the bracket and the hardware further down instead of having this up here and only getting that much of the cane bolt. I now get that much of the cane bolt. And so this one is the primary gate. This is the main access. This is what you use to come in and out as closest to the house. So if you need to use both of them, of course, just open it up, drop the rod, real simple. Drop the rod, boom, stay stationary. And then this one, to open it up, lift it up, and then just put it right on the little hook right there. And then it won't drop back down on you while it's swinging. Open it up, boom. There's full extension, then drop it back down so it don't close back on me. You got your 10-foot wide open. And then to close it back, of course, put it back up in its little safety latch there. Clasp. Drop it down. Also, drop down right here. I install a 2.5-foot piece of PVC pipe. I hammer it down with a rubber hammer, make sure it sits nice and firm. Of course, pull it up, knock the dirt out of it, so you know you got all that space, and you know dirt don't fill in, and you can use the entire length of this cane bolt. Pop that one up. Nice fluid double drive. And this one, whenever you got storms coming on, whatnot, you know, weather's bad, you need to batten down the hatches. Just push your hip into the fence a little bit to line it up properly. Get it right down. Okay, we come through here. The customer had an existing fence here, or the neighbors did rather, and so no need to install here, of course. Save some money. Here, of course, following for the property again, staying about a 1/2 inch off the ground. Each post is installed. The keys are installed at 68 inches, and we run a string line accordingly. And then make sure that from the middle of the string line to the ground on each panel is at least 67 to 69 inches. Then we extend this picket 5.5 inches above the top rail. We run 2x4x16s, and then nail 3.5-inch hot galvanized nails into the post. So the reason we run 16-foot 2x4s is so we can set one deep break, and say this one wants to hit a pipe or whatever the case may be. We got a little bit of fluctuation if need be. Following the flow of the property back through here. Like I said, each post gets concrete, about 20 to 30 pounds. Pack it down really tight. Make sure it sits up firm. Here, came into the corner. Boxed it out through here. There was an existing fence to the neighbor, so I just kind of did a little box out to hide. Back line turned out really nice. We'll walk over this way to the final line, Tony. Hey boy, sit in the shade.
Pyro. We're still working on him with adult men.
Good boy.
Well, I heard you got to let them smell you, you know, but I don't know, maybe I got an odd smell. Over here is the back side of what we saw from the first on the outside, this side of installed, of course, like I said, following the course of the property. We cut down a few large trees here. The bottom had a little bit of a gap, and so this is where we put the reinforced Alta trim boards through there. I lined them up even with each other, and then I used 2.5-inch screws. I nailed in the first, screwed in the first board, the second board, the third board, and made sure to also hit the fourth board right here. So I put 2 of them in at each point to use the full extension of the board where they meet. Coming on up here, following the floor to the center, I believe this entire install was 239 linear feet with tear out. On average, a job this size would be looking between about 7 and 9K. And from myself and everybody at Master Fencing, thanks for installing this.
You good?